Speaker Circle, where we're a safe place to come and gather virtually to share resources, ask questions, and receive monthly training to build our speaker profile. Whether you're a new emerging speaker or you're an advanced speaker, we invite all to come here. Join us today on Facebook at My Speaker Circle. See you soon.
Oh my gosh, we're here. Hey everyone. Hey, how you doing? I'm so excited. I get excited because we come together once a month, right? And so once a month we get some, education, some trainings, just some resources for our speaker profile. So to me, that's something to be excited about. Let's give them something to talk about. What we going to talk about today, y'all? We going to talk about that vision, right? We talk about vision boards, and sometimes we think just in general of career and things of that nature. But as a speaker, what is your vision? Where are you at? Where are you going? What have you done? Take a moment just to inhale and exhale, right? Look at what you have accomplished this year. Where do you want to go? What do you want to continue to do, right? What do you need to let go of? And maybe what do you need to start? And so really taking time to visualize yourself. We talk about when you speak, visualize your audience, right? But visualize where you're going, where your brand is going, right? Are you speaking just to speak as an expert, or are you speaking as a professional speaker and this is what you do that supplements your income, right? So let's think about that, and let's think about who do we need to connect to, right? What do we need to do? Like what additional trainings we may need to do. And so I'm so excited today for Karsta. And if I said her name wrong, she's going to correct me because I like to honor people's names, that's important. But Karsta is a professional speaker and a mindset coach. Okay, so she gonna help us get our bar right. This is the perfect person to do this. Yes, honey, I got to get it all together. She is very passionate about helping others overcome the stories of their past in order to create a vision for their future. Woo! Now that was hot. I got to say that one more time. She is passionate about helping others overcome the stories of their past in order to create a vision for their future that inspires them to stop enduring, fine, and start living in their definite epic, right? And the definition of epic. So you're not just fine, you're going to be epic up in here. That's what we do in the speaker circle. And so before I bring her on, I'm going to share a video. I'm going to share a video with you all that I found on Facebook, I don't know how I found it, but I thought it was very inspiring. So I'm going to share that. It's very short. I'm going to share that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't own the rights to this. It's no music though.
Of value. Everybody said money. I was like, money's important. I was like, it's not even your top 5 though. It's like, what? I was like, no, it's not your top 5. I said, if I say I give you $1 million a day, but you got to die tomorrow, which one you want? I say, so time more than money. If I say I give you $1 million a day, but you got to be sick for the rest of your life, you want it? So health is more than money. Well, if I say I give you $1 million a day and your mama got to die tomorrow, you want it? No. So relationships are more than money. So finances is not the highest form of compensation. Fulfillment is. And if you can get fulfilled on the outside, it becomes easier to get money fulfilled on the inside. It becomes easier to get money on the outside because you're not chasing the bag, you're chasing purpose. And when you catch purpose, you get the bag.
Yes, let me pause this. I'm sorry. I hope you guys was able to hear that. I thought that was just great to show right now because, a lot of times we are looking for, money. We do things after money, but what really is the value? And I just love the way that he broke that down. So at the end of the day, we have to chase purpose. And when you chase purpose, the money and everything will flow to you. So that's why vision boards are so important. It helps keep you grounded, right? So I don't get caught up in chasing the bag. I'm chasing the purpose. And then as you chase the purpose, you'll understand what to say yes to, what to say no to. But if you don't take time to focus on your vision, to know where you're going, everything looks good. All right. So without further ado, I hope you guys are ready for this. Let's welcome Karsta to the Speaker Circle stage. Let's give it up for her. Woo woo.
I don't think I could have asked for a better introduction. Damn. Oh my gosh. And that video was a perfect segue into this. So super quick, I'm going to kick it off. One of the first times that I dreamt of being a speaker, probably like a lot of you watching this, I was attending a motivational event for an MLM that I was a part of at the time. And we were all seated in the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. So this big, huge stadium, there's tens of thousands of us in attendance. And my only takeaway from that whole thing was that I knew in that moment, I wanted to be on that stage. And I know a lot of us have had that moment, right? So like Lenise said, my name is Karsta. I'm a number one. Actually, we hit number one this week, so I'm really excited. I am a number one international best-selling author. I'm an international speaker and a mental fitness coach, mindset coach. And yeah, I'm here to help hold people accountable, like help them hold themselves accountable for their happiness, right? And to stop giving that over to other people. And one of my absolute favorite tools to do that is vision boards. And that video that we watched just now is exactly why. So many times we are chasing those external things, right? We're chasing the money. We're chasing the status. We're chasing the next big event, right? I hit 10K. Now I need to hit 15K or whatever it's always that external. And for me, vision boards are all about those internal motivators that he was talking about in that video. And so while most of the vision board workshops that I hold are sort of for the masses and focused on overall, like how do you want your life to look, we can certainly take pieces from that to help us form our career as a speaker. And so that's my goal for us tonight. Things that you're going to need, something to write a few things down with. We're going to do a little exercise, and when we're done with that, you might want to jot some notes. A beverage of your choice. I just realized I forgot my water, so excuse me if I'm a little dry. And just an open mind to be ready to take all of this goodness in and use it in a way that is so meaningful for you, right? Take the nuggets that work for you, leave the rest. That's what I always say. So we are going to get started. Lenise kind of had us start by taking a nice deep breath. So we're going to do that again. If you wouldn't mind, we're going to bring the energy down just a minute. And I'm going to have you close your eyes and take just a nice, deep, calm breath in through your nose. I always love doing this because it calms my nerves before I speak too. Let that out your mouth. We're going to do that again, in through your nose. Let your face and your shoulders and everything just relax. One more time, and I'm going to have you keep your eyes closed. We're going to do a little visualizing. So keep your eyes closed and just keep breathing calmly. I want you to imagine that you're standing at the top of a staircase. Any staircase you want. We're going to take 10 steps down that staircase, and I'm going to count us down. We're going to go down 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep taking nice, calming, deep breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, at the bottom of this staircase, there's a great big door. And I want you to really look closely at that door. What does it look like? Is it a screen door? Is it a wooden door? Is it some kind of glass door? Just really get a good look at the door. On the other side of that door is your perfect life, including your speaking career. Like if you were just living that best version of whatever it is for yourself. On the other side of that door, it's also safe. So it gets to be whatever you need it and want it to be. Nobody else has an opinion on the other side of that door. Nobody else's desires matter, just yours. And I want you to imagine or visualize in your pocket is the key to that door. You are the only one with a key to that door. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to unlock it. Take a nice deep breath, unlock and open that door. And we're going to step into your perfect life, including your speaking career. And as you look around in this space, I really want you to notice, like, really, what do you see on the other side of this door? And really just take notice of all the details. Maybe who's there with you in your journey as a speaker, as you're growing in your career as a speaker. Who's there with you and who's not? Remember, it's your safe space. It gets to be whoever you need or want it to be. What kinds of things do you hear in this perfect space? Whose voices do you hear? What kinds of, whose voices are in your head? What do you sound like? What do your speeches sound like? What do your keynotes sound like? What are some things that you can tangibly touch in this space? This one's going to sound a little weird, but what kinds of things can you smell in this space? Can you smell the stadiums? Can you smell the stages? Can you smell the rooms where you're holding the workshops? And what does your life around your speaking career look like? Just take it all in. You are in this perfect space for your speaking career. What are all the pieces? What do they look like? And before we turn around and head out that door in just a minute, again, I want you to just be taking it all in. I want you to just notice 3 things that you feel emotionally and energetically, like if you could put words to it. What do you feel in that space? Do you feel energized? Or do you feel calm? Do you feel motivated? Do you feel loved? Do you feel excited? And really dig deep for some words. Don't just be happy in this space. Dig deep. What do you really feel? What's your energy like? What does this space feel like for you? And I want you to come up with 3 words. And when you have those 3 words, I'm going to take one big deep breath in and just kind of suck in all of that energy. And just exhale gently. And we're going to turn around and we're going to walk out the door and you're going to lock it behind you with that key. Remember, that space will go untouched. That is your perfect world. You are the only one with a key for that space. You're going to tuck the key safely in your pocket. And anytime you need to revisit this space, you have the power to do so. Anytime you need a boost in your career, grab that key, go find that space. But for right now, we're going to make our way back up those stairs. I'm going to count us up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, before you open your eyes, want you to take another deep breath in. I want you to just kind of feel your seat underneath your bottom, start wiggling your fingers and toes and get your mind back into your current reality space. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to jot down all the things. I'm going to give you 1 minute. We're going to have 1 minute of awkward silence here, where I want you to jot down, what did you see? Kind of tap into your senses. What did you see? What did you hear? What could you touch? What could you smell? How did you feel? What were those 3 words? And I want you to jot it all down on a piece of paper. I want you to be as specific as you can, especially in those feelings. But get really specific. Like, was your hair color different? Again, who was with you? Who's not with you? Almost like you're trying to describe that scene for an artist who's going to paint a picture of it. Get super specific. And then this is where we're going to segue into that vision board. How you feel. And this goes back to that video that Linny started us with. So often we go chasing those things. And I literally just yesterday or this morning saw a post from Mel Robbins on Instagram about how so many times when we build vision boards, we put the $10 million house on the vision board. Or like me, the first vision board I did after I was in that Lucas Oil Stadium and I saw myself on a stage, that was on my vision board, a big stadium. That was my first goal. And we shoot for the big things. And that's not to say that we shouldn't. But there are steps we need to take in between. And keeping in touch with those feelings is how we can achieve the things we actually put on our vision board. And so here's how this looks. When I make my vision board, I start with the images that came from that vision that I just had, from that space that I just created in my mind's eye. All those things that I want to feel. And I'm going to share my screen and show you my vision board. And again, this is, hopefully you can all see that. This is my life vision board, okay? And hopefully we can tie this back to speaking. When I post, for example, this image here.
I'm sorry, we're not seeing. Can you do a share the screen? I want to make sure everybody gets to see it.
Yeah, no, thank you. Hold on, let me see here. Oh, so sorry. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot. Yep, there we go. Now, can we see it?
There we go.
Got it? Okay. So when I put, for example, this picture of money, it's not that my vision is to, make 6 figures a month every month. There's a feeling of financial security that I get when I am in my perfect space. When I do that visualization exercise, there's a feeling of financial security, financial safety. And so before I go looking for images, I'm looking for things that elicit that same feeling, right? I am looking for images that help me feel financially safe and secure. Obviously right here, I've got a little nod to my speaking career. Again, this is my general vision board, but I could also, I know, and this is actually an old vision board, but I have another one that has just the TEDx logo on it, right? This image here in particular, this speaks perfectly to what I'm talking about. It's not that I need or want to be skinny again, but I felt a certain way at that time in my life that I want to feel again. And so the goal is to remind me how I want to feel. The goal isn't, like for this one, the goal isn't necessarily a specific relationship. It's how I want to feel inside of that. And so I'm always looking for images that elicit those same feelings, not the tangible check boxes. So hopefully that makes sense for people. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let's see. There we go. Now I got to fix my own screen. The power in accomplishing the goals that we put on our vision board goes back to those feelings. You're going to hear me say that word 1,000 times, because then what happens from there, once you find those pictures and have those tangible feelings, you can start taking action on them in small ways. The whole point of Mel Robbins' post the other day that I saw was that we put the $10 million house on there. We put the large image of the stadiums on there. Those are wonderful dreams to have, and they do push us. But if we know in our heart that that's not feasible in the next 12 months, we don't work for it. So how can I take the feeling I know I'm going to have when I'm speaking on the stage in the stadium? What are things I can do today, right now, to move myself in that direction, to elicit that same feeling in my life? I just had this conversation with somebody about her personal life too, where she was like, I really want to feel this way or that way. And I said, well, what's something you can do right now that feels that same way? She was like, oh, yeah. Right? So taking the big dreams and finding images that can help us move in that direction and work through the small steps that we have to take in order to get there, right? So hopefully that all makes sense. Like I said, I rarely have images that represent very specific, actual, tangible goals. And if I do, like for my speaking career, I have a vision board that has, like I said, that TEDx logo on it. That is absolutely a goal. But again, there's a feeling behind it. So what are some other images that I can find to support that? How am I going to feel when I'm on that red circle? When I'm recording that TEDx, how am I going to feel? And I'm going to find other images that support that and put those on my vision board as well. That's the behind the scenes. Now, the logistics of creating it. Some people really love and are super creative with the old-fashioned sort of cutting and pasting and creation of a traditional vision board, right? The magazines or the clip art, and cutting them out and gluing them on and getting all sort of Pinteresty and scrapbooky. And if that's you, I say go for it. That is not me. That doesn't work for me. I'm just not artsy that way. So a couple of years ago, I should say, I actually started creating mine on Canva. So as you saw when I shared my screen, that was actually a Canva board that I had put together. And then what I do from there is I will save it as a JPEG and use it as my lock screen on my phone. I'll use it as my desktop or my screensaver on my computer. I don't care how you create it. I don't care what your medium is, but it needs to be something that you're going to see repeatedly. One of the things I love about the digital, I actually had a woman in a previous workshop who took the digital images and made them like a slideshow. So that was her screensaver. And another woman then piggybacked off that. And she apparently had one of those like digital picture frames that used to be popular. And she put all her images in there and it just scrolled like on her desk or on her shelf or whatever. So your medium is your choice. The important piece is what is going to be the most effective way for you to see it regularly and to remind you. And there's some NLP research, and I haven't dug a lot into this, about where you put the pictures and things like that. It's all very feng shui. I say get it to a space where the board itself inspires you. Don't overthink it. Mine that I just showed you was very sort of blocked and organized. It doesn't have to be. I have another one that's very sort of collage-y. It's just digital collage-y. So the most important thing is that is a living, breathing creation, something you see regularly. Print it, hang it, save it to your device. Whatever you choose, you keep it at the forefront so that you can look at it and revise it often. It's not something you create now for 2023 and then it just goes stagnant until the end of the year. If you really want it to be effective, it's got to be a living, breathing thing, right? Remind yourself of those feelings. Oh, that's right. I really wanted to feel like that. Have I done anything lately to move my career in a way that feels like that? Remind yourself of the feeling. Are you feeling that way inside your career? And like Lenise said, if you're not, what adjustments do you need to make? Where do you need to step up and make some changes? But again, it's all about that feeling that you want to have, or those 3 words that you came up with. I don't know if anybody has any questions right now. I'm going to see if I can see Lenise. I don't know if you've seen any comments come in. I haven't had my screen on to see, so I don't know.
Not right now. Someone just said they love vision boards.
Yeah. I used to not be a believer, really. I was like, I'm not going to do that. But it's because it was that sort of that stagnant thing. Like I would make the collage and then I would just tuck it away and not, or I would look at it and it would be full of the $10 million house and the Maserati and the big things that, again, we need to dream for those things. But if they're too big, it almost becomes disheartening, right? Because you know that that's not going to happen in the next 12 months. Or even a lot of the clients I work with, I say, we're only doing a 6-month vision board. We're going to revisit it in June because we need to keep it at the forefront and really keep, like you said, when we kicked this off, what do I need to tweak? What do I need to change? What's working? What's not? So I love it. Facebook user, get specific, right? Yes, you have to get specific. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what I've got. I do have another workshop coming up. I also have, if anybody ever wants to connect with me, I think Lenise, you're sharing my information. If you have specific questions, that's my website. You can certainly email me directly with questions, or I will be obviously hopping in the group if you've got questions. If you're catching this on the replay, just drop the comments or questions below and I'm happy to answer whatever questions come up. I'm super passionate about this. I could talk about this forever. So
well, thank you. This has been very helpful. And I love the way that you kind of framed doing vision boards, where what else can you do? What feeling are you going for? What emotion do you want? What can you do? Like even using a big example of a huge house, right? But maybe you can't get that huge house right now, but what can you get? And what feeling will you get? And what can you do to evoke that? And I think what that does is get you excited and help you, that can turn into action, right? And so I take the actions so that I can get the ultimate goal.
Absolutely. The specific example that's so funny that came out of an earlier conversation I had with somebody was the same thing. Like maybe the word that I get that evokes for me from the $10 million house, maybe the word is, I really, that for me, that feels luxurious. Maybe that's the word that's stewing in my head. Well, okay, what things can I incorporate right now that feel luxurious? Maybe it's a fancy pillow from Target, or a new set of, even something as silly as a new set of pots and pans, or like, so what things can you build into? Because here's the thing. So many times it's like, well, I'll be happy when I have that thing. Girl, you need to be happy now.
Right.
So if you want to feel luxurious, how can you make yourself feel luxurious now? I'm really one of the words that comes up for me all the time is peaceful.
Oh, that's so good.
Like that's a really important thing for me. So I really am about decluttering my space so that it feels peaceful, decluttering my energy field, like, people that aren't peaceful. I don't have time for you, because peace is really important to me. So again, those words have so much power, and we can, like you said, it can move us to action.
And I love that. And so if you're watching today and maybe you're used to doing the vision boards the traditional way, I would even encourage you, go ahead, do the vision board is how you normally do it, if that's going to cause you to action. But then take that vision board and then break it down to what Karsta has shared with us today. So if you have that large home, well, what is the feeling? And even if you want to write it under there, and then write what action can you do under there, right? And so do that, like doing a TED talk. Well, what will that make you feel? Is it because you want to feel accomplished? Okay, well, what else can you do to feel accomplished? What can you do right now? Because the process to doing a TED talk could take a while, right? Or what if you don't get it in the 12 months? You can still accomplish that feeling as you're still working towards the ultimate goal there. I absolutely love that. And another point that I want to just reiterate that you shared was to have it somewhere that you can see every day. So a lot of times we will put all that work and that effort into it, and then we tuck it away, right? And so it's so important that we see that. And something that I suggest is, what is something that you do every day? So if you make your bed up every day, is there a place in your room where you can look at it? You brush your teeth every day, put it in the bathroom, put it wherever you know you're going to be at every single day. Why? Because you're worth it. Your vision is worth it. And it's important that we remind ourselves of where we're going.
Yes.
Because
and if I can,
that road, you can forget, and that vision will help you.
If I can even expand on that, if for whatever reason it's not feasible. So for example, like I said, I make mine digitally because like my phone's always with me, right? I'm always on my computer. I got dry erase markers and I wrote the 3 words on my bathroom mirror. So put those words all over your space. Even if your vision board has to live in one space, put those words all around you. I don't care where they are, but that way you're constantly reminded, like, nope, I want to feel that way today.
Yeah. And that screensaver, that was a good tip too.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great nuggets in here. So if you did not get to watch it from the beginning, or you are catching the replay, make sure to take some notes. And the most important thing that I share with folks when sharing a workshop or doing a talk or a training is, don't allow this just to be information. Allow it to be transformation, right? And the only way it can be transformation is if you do action, apply action to it. So I always use the acronym ACT. Action changes things. So ultimately, action normally changes you. You keep doing the action, you're the one who will change. So take the tips that was shared today about the vision board. I know this was a fresh way of doing a vision board. I haven't heard of it this way, and so I'm very, very grateful for you today. It is something that I'm going to do as I'm doing my vision board, to apply those feelings to it, because really that's what it is. What emotion am I trying to evoke? So this has been great. Any closing words? Again, we have her website up, so you can connect to her website, find out about her, connect with her. She does workshops, other services that she provides. So make sure that you connect. So any closing words before we let you go?
No, just remember, like, fine is not good enough. You deserve whatever your epic is, and your vision board is the first step to getting that. Even if you don't make a vision board, do that visualization and have those words at the ready, because that's how you're going to stay inspired to take that action to move towards your epic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You all, let's show some hearts. That's how we give a visual hand clap here. Thank you again, Karsta. I appreciate you so much. So we're going to say goodbye now.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. So you all, I thank you so much for joining us for our monthly training. I hope that you guys got something out of that. I'm so excited. Next month, December, the last one of the year. I cannot believe this year went this quickly. So our last one of the year will be December 20th. And the training is going to be on how to create a great marketing video and short ads for speakers. Again, we're going to be talking about next month how to create great marketing videos or short ads for speakers. So make sure to mark your calendar for the 20th of December. We will see you then. Until next time, remember, the stage is yours.